The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosinzia has garnered great reviews in Eve 11 endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and coming soon to HamiltonRadio.net and more networks coming. And take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, cool merchandise, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia. Check it out today. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com, and you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com for the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with 2 terrific gentlemen from the Detroit, Michigan area, and one of them is a Soulspirational singer with 4 albums to date, and sang background vocals and also songwriter for urban contemporary gospel, and wrote for Yolandaadams and wrote for the Gospel Group Commissioned and featured Open Arms, also More Than Just a Melody, also wrote for Dave Hollister with Cryon, and also the 112 tribute to the Notorious B.I.G. And also, he has a latest release, which is an anthem that honors women of all colors all over the world. We're looking forward to it and talking about that. And also accompanying, we have a wonderful gentleman who's a music promoter at Eat Music Group. He's an accomplished singer, songwriter, composer, producer, and more. And he really helps a lot of amazing careers, including this wonderful gentleman we have on right now. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, from beautiful downtown Detroit and in that Motor City area, we have 2 wonderful gentlemen, and one of them will be talking about Black Pearl. Ladies and gentlemen, the very multi-talented gentleman, Soulspirational singer from Detroit, Michigan, Parkes Stewart, and the very talented music promoter and more, Edward Armstead III. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, man. It's good evening here, man. Thanks for having us.
Well, it's great that I have you guys on board as well, too. And then Parkes, first of all, we'll talk about your latest song, Black Pearl. You're a Soulspirational singer from Detroit, Michigan, with 4 albums to date. You sang background vocals, songwriter, and more as well. And you also got your latest release as an anthem honoring women of all colors all over the world. We'll talk about that. And Edward, you're a music promoter at Eat Music Group. You're an accomplished singer, songwriter, composer, producer. You've done just about everything. You help amazing artists like Parkes as well. And before we get into all that, first of all, let's go to Edward, being the music promoter himself, and tell us how you first got started. Let's talk about you first, Ed.
Well, in terms of the label, or are you talking about me and Parkes' relationship?
In part like you. So tell us how you first got started. So in other words, just go into the Wayback Machine.
I actually got started like around 1996, I would say. I was working with a friend of mine, and being around a label, he gave me an opportunity. He said, I think you had the gift that you could probably pull off promotion if you knew how to do it. And I was, kind of scared. I'm like, nah, I don't want to be the guy that's promoting the records. And so after being around, the guy gave me a shot, and he said, just come watch me do it. So I watched him for a few months, and next thing you know, he was turning the artists on the label over to me. And, I was kind of a little leery because I went from writing songs and producing songs to now making sure they're getting heard. So it was a unique experience. It helped me a lot, and it made it so that I could promote or really work any kind of record. It was an experience that I didn't ask for, but I was glad I had it because it allowed me in 96 to promote Parkes' second album. And my company, In Your Ear, was the spearhead of it. And if I hadn't learned at the time where I was, really looking towards doing songwriting and producing, so I thought, if I wouldn't have learned that, I wouldn't have been able to work his record. So that's kind of where it all started. But I've always had a love for music and songwriting. My dad was a soul singer. His stage name was Eddie Hill. You can find him on YouTube and different platforms. He had a song called Baby I Cried that he did. And you can see that it looks like an Ed Sullivan show or something to that effect. But he also had a song called Nothing Sweeter Than You and that all the siblings had and we knew. And I actually have the record. So we actually know the song and all the melodies. So music has been in our family. My cousin was the late Purvis Jackson. The song was The Spinners. Jackie Wilson is our third cousin. So music has kind of been in my family. So I kind of, you may as well say I tripped and fell into music, period. Some kind of way. I had to stand up and walk into music. And like I said, from the 90s, I started just doing one thing that led to management, led to road management. I've kind of done pretty much, as you said, everything. But that was the beginning of the launching pad. And it was my first placement because, you couldn't be with ASCAP, BMI, or anybody like that if you didn't have something that met the medium or published work. So my first work was published in 1996 as an ASCAP songwriter, which kind of led us to where we are to now. Excuse me. And as it relates to Eat Music, Parkes and I have been working together about 30 years, and we were looking at deals and looking at different situations, and we've seen deals come and go. And it was always something that was to our liking, but there was 100 other things that weren't. So many addendums to this where they were giving us this, and by the end of the sentence, we lost it, And so it got to the place where we said, you know what, if we're going to do this, we might as well do it our way. And so September of 2020, we released our first single, which was called Put the K in Cool. I don't know if I sent you that or not. And after that, we released a Christmas CD, Extraordinary Christmas. The previous single before Black Pearl was Clear Your Mind. And currently Black Pearl is out. And we're getting ready to release another single after this, followed by an EP. And then we'll be back to Christmas with a whole nother campaign. So that's kind of how it started and where we got to where we are now. I said, if it's going to be done right, I love Parkes. That's my brother. And no, I don't think anybody's going to take care of you better than me is what I said to him. And so being executive producer, I kind of told him, be at the studio, it's paid for. Shut up, I don't want to hear what you have to say. And it was one of those kind of things, or he wouldn't have did it because me being his brother, he didn't want me to take on the undertaking. But I said, I want to see you get taken care of. And so if that means I have to do it, then that's how Eat Music was born. And it's Eat Music is my name, Edward Armstead III. And our slogan is, if you're hungry for a melody, eat music.
I like that concept, and I could tell he happened to wisen up when he mentioned it. Oh my, what a family! That's amazing. We'll talk to Parkes about that. Edward, was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career? So, what was that one moment that simply said, "This is it for me"? The precise moment.
I would have to say it was 2006. I got really sick. My blood sugar was 747. Me and Parkes, I just got back from Arkansas doing a music seminar, and I wasn't taking care of my body. I'm going to be honest, Mr. Wagner. And my wife told me to watch what I eat, and I didn't think any of it. We stayed in the Peabody Hotel. We had our own personal chef, so she told me to watch what I ate, and so I was watching it while I was eating it. I had pasta for days, shrimp, chicken, whatever I wanted. The guy was right there, so I had to take advantage of that. So what happens was my blood sugar was going through the roof, and I didn't know it. I didn't have any issues with diabetes. And by the time I got home off the plane, it was over 500 because by the time I got home at the end of the day, I had 2 seizures at home and 2 at the hospital, and my blood sugar was 747.
Wow.
And so you might say, well, how does that tie into a musical moment? Well, while I was in the coma, it was like God was working some things out in my behalf, because when I came out of the coma, I came out to a gold record. I had wrote a single for a particular artist, and in less than 60 days, it had went 500,000 units. And so that was a particular moment that really stuck with me, because here I am in a coma. I can do nothing about this. And so it was really out of my hands. So that was a moment that really stuck with me, because an artist actually heard a song that I wrote for somebody else and said, I want to record that. And so when they called me and asked me about it, I was still kind of goofy in the head with all the pills and stuff I was taking. And they said, please don't hang up. I was just hanging up the phone, because the doctor said, whatever you do that's strenuous, you can't do it anymore. It's going to take you back to where you were. So my wife was really reluctant to let me use the phone or anything. So they called me and they said, please don't hang up. We want to send you a mechanical license so we can pay you. And then I started to listen. They sent me the mechanical license, and in 60 days, it was life-changing. Sold 500,000 copies of a song that I wrote, and I couldn't say nothing because I was actually in a coma. They were bugging me, saying, why aren't you answering your phone? I said, I didn't hear my phone. And when I told them why, they said, wow, you were a miracle. So that was one of the most defining moments that gave me really the strength to do what I'm doing now.
That was miraculous. I got to say that. I asked that question a lot. I mean, your story takes the cake. I got to say that. That is so amazing. Wow. And I got to watch it with a fried chicken myself, too. I got to remind myself of that. And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up, Edward?
Of course, I would say one of my greatest influences, I like Glenn Jones. Mm-hmm. I love Brian McKnight, of course, the Winans Commission, of course, Parkes Stewart. One of my favorite female singers is Layla Hathaway.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds pretty good. We'll talk about your favorite artist, Parkes Stewart, in just 1 minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even been endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes writer, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosensia. Available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms. Coming soon to hamiltonradio.net Thursday nights at 9. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. For great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles, cool merchandise, and more, Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. Check it out today. Also support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com for The Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with 2 terrific gentlemen from the Detroit, Michigan area here on The Mike Wagner Show. We talked to Edward Armstead III, or E3 from the Eat Music Group. We had an amazing story to talk about that. And one of his favorite art he likes to talk about is right here, Parkes Stewart. And Parkes, you're a Soulspirational singer from Detroit, and you had 4 albums to date. You sang background and worked with a number of artists. You got Black Pearl coming up. You also have some albums. And before we talk about all that, including your latest release, tell us, Parkes, how you first got started. It's your turn.
Oh, wow. I actually got started when I was, my love for music, I was kind of connected to it. My mom used to sing a song to me when she would rub my head and I'd lay in her lap. And I was intrigued by the lyrics of it. And I know it wasn't but about 5 or 6. I was in kindergarten probably. And it's a song she used to do. I used to come in and she'd lay me in her lap. I just come in the house and lay in her lap and she would hum that song to me. And that was my first connection to lyrical content. And then my father was a big connoisseur of music, all genres of music, but mainly jazz. And he played everything from jazz to country western to Sam Cooke to old Motown to you name it, he played it. You know, Miles Davis. And so I learned jazz at an early age. And then the old Motown, I was just listen to the songs. And for some reason, I was always connected to the lyrical content of songs. I would find myself feeling the songs at a young age, crying on songs that talked about broken hearts. And I was only like 10 or 11 years old.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
You know, but I would feel the songs for some reason. And then my first real thing was I would take the old 45 records, 33 vinyl, and I would play them in my room, and I would just close the door and stay in all day and listen to music. And I did a talent show as a freshman or sophomore in high school, and that's when I knew that I had a gift that would people wanted to hear, you know, to touch people. Because after that talent show, the connection from me to my spirituality to the people, that connection, it was unforgettable. And so that was my first connection with music. And that's when I knew that defining moment for me was that connection there. Then, you know, of course, I had all the favorites to listen to in my household. You know, I was Stevie Wonder fan. I was a Donny Hathaway fan. Later on, I was a Sam Cooke fan, Marvin Gaye fan. Later on, I became Elder Barge, Babyface. Then a lot of my peers are great at what they do. And I just love Sting and Phil Collins. And I just love to soak it up like a sponge to see everybody's presentation and then incorporate it in my own. And I just love to embrace what other people do and try to keep it going so that we keep these good music going through the annals of time so that it doesn't die out in history of good music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also rattle off your the one moment that precisely defined you, and also rattle off your favorite artists, singers, and everything else. That's greatly appreciated. But what about your favorite songwriters? Who are your favorite songwriters growing up?
Wow. Well, you know, number one, it's got to be Stevie Wonder. That's my go-to. You know, everything that Stevie writes, the way he does it. So he's number one. And then number two would probably be James Taylor. I thought James Taylor his approach was just awesome. And then the other one would be Michael Franks. The way that he metaphorically writes those lyrics, you know, he just has a way of just putting those things together. So those would be my top three.
Oh my gosh, I'm ready to pull out the vinyl and start playing them after this. And I still got a record player somewhere, thanks to you guys. And of course, this all translates Parkes as well too to you working with like with the contemporary gospel group Commissioned. You also worked and wrote for Yolandaadams, also Dave Hollister, and also you wrote Cry On for the 112 tribute to the notorious B.I.G. And you know, tell us about some of the singers and songwriters you've worked with in that arena.
Oh man, it's all Commission. We were all the same age. Before the group was formed, I was friends with my writing partner, which was Mitchell Jones. And I had met Carl Reed of Commission and Fred Hammond and Keith Staten, and then they formed a group. And I wrote a song that they wanted to record, and they didn't put it on the first album. They put it on the second album, and I've been with them ever since. And then the same thing with Yolanda. I met her when she was young, and we just developed a relationship. A lot of the people that I work with musically, it's a relationship of where we meet somewhere. And when the relationship is good, it will transpose to the music. You know, so if the relationship is special, usually the music will be special. And I was fortunate enough to work with those people, and God just gave me something special, you know. And then the thing with 112 for the notorious B.I.G. when he unfortunately passed, Puffy was with 112 then, P. Diddy, and they did the song, and they picked my song for his funeral. And I was fortunate enough for them to do that, and just to have other people keep up with what you do and like what you do, and the lyrical content kind of touch their soul. It's very inspiring. I think that's kind of what I look out there. To me, music is not just music; it's the movement to me. It's a way to lift people's spirits. It's a way to say things that people can't say themselves. It's also a way to encourage people to relate to what they feel, and then bring them to a place where it's expressive but comforting at the same time.
Wow. That is very inspiring. I think you really hit the nail on the head in that one. That was just terrific. I got to say that. And also, too, you also had some releases as well, too. You had Parkes, you had Another Chapter. When we talk about some of the releases like Heart and Soul, Extraordinary Christmas, you also had Clear Your Mind, Holding On, Silent Tears, He Loves Me. And, tell us about some of the albums and singles, and also, tell us about the music, tell us about the records, and what inspired you to write the lyrics.
Oh, wow. Basically, the first one, Self-Entitled Parkes, was a collaboration of melodic journey, I like to call it. And, more of a combination between me, Mitchell Jones, and Earl Wright. We all produced, and I'm the writer. And then everything that I do will take you on a journey. And a lot of that journey is my own experience. So the authenticity of it will come across because it's true. So you will feel the authenticity of it. Nothing is made up. And every album that I do has some theme, but the number one theme in the album most of the time is relationship and love. I'm a big thing about unity, love, and relationship. I feel like if we can bring people together somewhere on common ground, then we got the best place to start, and we can build from there. So every album I did was basically a message to bring forth unity, love, and some type of relationship, or either social awareness. So all the way up until the point, the song Silent Tears is exactly what the title says, Silent Tears. It's the people that cry, but it's silent. We hurting on the inside, showing the happy space on the outside. And in the day's time where people are mentally challenged and things of that nature, where a lot of people don't feel like they can have a release or somewhere to go to talk about their troubles or their problems, then I try to do it through the music. And so that it's a type of cathartic therapy, And so that's what brought me up to the albums that I have now, the Heart and Soul. That's why you get those titles. And then you have, at this point, Clear Your Mind was written during the time of the pandemic. And in the time of the pandemic, that's when everybody was forced to hit the reset button. About what's really important in life. Sometimes you don't know how things are important until they're taken away, the privileges that you have. And so it gave me a chance to reflect. And I said, maybe I should do a song to tell people, clear your mind and let's refocus. Oh, my God. It's really important in life. And then with the Black Pearl, the new single, it's something that I really wrote about my wife.
Okay. And Edward, looks like you're getting really impressed about Black Pearl as well, too. It's like you wanted to say something about Black Pearl and some of his music as well, too. So, Edward, feel free to jump in any time, by the way.
Okay. I keep
okay. I think he's still doing some monitoring. He really gets into her music. And we'll talk about Black Pearl in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with Parkes Stewart and Edward Armstead III with the new release, Black Pearl, after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with Edward Armstead III and Parkes Stewart with his new release, Black Pearl, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And really got a lot of great inspiration for you guys. They're both out of Detroit, Michigan. And Black Pearl is out right now as well, too. And let's continue and talk more about Black Pearl and what inspired to write and everything else.
My wife. My nickname for her is Coco Mom.
What was it? Coco Muff?
Coco Mom.
Coco Mom. Okay. All right. Coco Mom. I like that. I'm about to start using that phrase, Coco Mom.
Yes, Coco Mama. And so I would call her Coco Mama. And so one day I was teasing her. I kept telling her, I said, I'm getting ready to write you a song. I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to write a song. And then one day I was in the car and a melody came to me. Mm-hmm. And previously on a flight, me and Ed had a discussion about doing a song for, all women and just a women's theme, and then women of color, women of things of all colors. And so I came up with that thing, Coco Mama, and I wrote it for her, but it fits all shades of colors. Mm-hmm. Every woman can be a black pearl in her own right, because a black pearl is something rare. A black pearl is something tried with time, is something special. It also represents wisdom. It represents uniqueness. And so all these things it represents. So it's kind of like I wanted to play tribute, because there's a lot of misogyny going on, where we don't respect or seem to think the chivalry is dead. And it's not true. I think women still want to be treated like women. And I think there are men who love to treat women like women, with the class and the sophistication. I still think there are some gentlemen out here. And so I wanted to approach it from that perspective and to let them know that we value them, we honor them, and that what real love will do, when you're with them, someone, and you desire to be with them 24/7, like I do my wife. I don't have times where I want to be separated, because we're one. And a lot of people they look for love like that. And sometimes people don't feel it exists, but it does. And so I want to show them that it does. It's not what people have said marriage has, not what marriage has become, but what marriage is meant to be. Now married for all type of reasons. And a lot of it is not for love. If you searching for security, the security can be found in love. And so my perspective is put the love first, and then you'll love 24/7, and it'll be everlasting.
Yes, sir.
And Edward, I'm sure you can attest to that. You can totally relate.
I can. I wanted to relate before, but I got kicked out. So that's why I didn't respond because I couldn't get back in. I had to go back out.
Oh, really? Oh, I was just like, I was trying to motion you in, and you're like, okay, it's like, your mic was on and everything. I was trying to motion you, but looks like.
Yeah, I was actually gone. I was panicking. I was like, oh my God, Mr. Wagner's going to kill me. So I went back out.
No, I'm too gentle to do that. I thought you two would do that, but I'm just a host here, the middleman, everything. I'm just, like I said, I'm just a messenger. I'm just a narrator. Is that what they say on TV shows? They try to get involved. I'm just a narrator. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me.
Like I couldn't even punch Parks because you're in the middle. So it's like you're an intercessor, but it's all good. But I would have said, I certainly concur with Parkes Stewart in the view of the song. And we discussed it. I said, let's do something that's going to honor women. I'm so tired of hearing what I'm hearing on the radio. They have made love and quality and caring for women. They've narrowed it down to sex. And I said, that's not what it really is. And I live in a house with two black pearls, my beautiful daughter, Victoria, as well as my incredible wife, who in 12 days, we will celebrate 29 years of marriage.
Oh, congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. So we know it's real. We know it's pure. I don't even like not being around my wife. Growing up early, I've heard a lot of my friends say, man, I got to have my time. I do have my time. But I enjoy being around my wife more than anything. And you might say I'm crazy. We can go to Target and go to their Starbucks, and it's a date. We can, I think if you lose that, what it took to get her, then you've already lost it. But I love spending time with my wife. It's not a nagging thing. It's a, honey, where you going? She's like, honey, where you going? I'm like, we going somewhere together. So we'll find ways to just enjoy each other, whether we watching TV, we watching a movie, if we just out walking at the mall, not even spending no money or anything. And so, 29 years of a quality woman with class and style and everything that song says, it makes other men jealous and lust to envy for what we already have. And I know Park's wife very, very well. She is a queen in her own right. And so he knows what I've experienced, and I know what he's experienced.
And for those of you listening out there, you got some really good ideas out there, thanks to these two gentlemen. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. It can be a simple McDonald's, walk through a mall and everything. You got some great ideas right here. I want you guys to put those two ideas. And some fried chicken too as well. But you got to do it very wisely. So
Wisdom.
That's right. Yeah, if you find a black pearl, like you say, go to a seafood restaurant, keep it, okay? Don't sell it on eBay. If you find a black pearl, keep it. Don't let those two guys know. I'm kidding. Oh, my gosh. I think I'm ready for some myself. And where can we find Black Pearl at the song?
You can find it on all the digital platforms, Amazon Music, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere you can purchase music. You can just Google Black Pearl. It's going to show up everywhere. It's probably in 250 countries. You can find it anywhere.
Okay. All right. We will certainly do so. And we're with Parkes Stewart and Edward Armstead III here on the Mike Wagner Show, talking about Black Pearl and more in just a few more minutes. You guys have been fantastic. Love to have you back on. What else can we expect from you guys in 2022 and beyond?
You want to answer that, Parkes?
We got a lot going on. We got a new single coming out. I can't say what it is, but you're gonna love it. And we have an EP coming, but we have a new single. We have an EP. We're gonna have a video coming for Black Pearl, and we're also gonna have another video coming for the EP. And I can tell you this: the EP is gonna be called Love Forever, and we're gonna have some really beautiful things on there. And the concept is going to take you on another journey. And hopefully you'll enjoy the journey, enjoy it, and take the ride with us. And let's see what the end is going to be.
That's amazing. Edward, how about you?
He kind of summed it up. And as Parkes said, we're taking you on a journey. A songwriter once said, pack your grips, taking you on a trip. That's what we're doing. Any record we put out is going to take you somewhere. And if you allow yourself to go with us, we're going to get to a destination that you will be pleased with. We're only going to put out quality, well-mixed, well-mastered music that you have never heard before. I know a lot of times you listen to the radio, you hear the same song sung 50 different ways. It's still the same content. So we try to be really strategic in what we do. Parkes is a soul singer from the heart, and you're going to always feel his soul in everything that we put out. It will be quality. It will be top-notch. and it will be well worth the wait.
And
if you're hungry for a melody, eat music.
And was certainly well worth it as well, too. And who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
You want to answer that? And I'll tell you mine.
My biggest influence in life, period, will have to be my mom.
Wow.
My mother is the greatest supporter. She's made the biggest sacrifice. She introduced me to the love that I sing about. She introduced to me the kindness and the wisdom. So I have a lot to thank her for. That's my biggest influence of life, period. And if I'm going to go with just a plain, simple musical influence, then that musical influence would have to be probably Stevie Wonder or Marvin Gaye.
That is really interesting. And Edward, how about you?
Mine's just likened to it, and it's kind of touchy because my mom was one of my biggest supporters, Mr. Wagner. We just buried her Saturday, so I'm still a little touchy. But she was one of my biggest influence. She would hear songs that I've written and produced that have won awards when it was sung on my telephone, and she would always encourage me: "Don't ever give up, don't ever stop." And so I made up my mind, and I even said with Parkes, anything that Eat Music puts out, it will be in honor of my mother, but to the glory of God, because that's our greatest influence as we know it. But when it comes down to a person that we would attach it to or ascribe it to, it would be my mother, and everything that I do will be in honor of her. And like I said, it's a touchy moment. And I heard this question, I almost started crying. And I know you didn't know that. And but it would be my mother, and one of my, if I would say in terms of music, it's a team. It's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I love the camaraderie. I love the brotherhood. I love the quality. I love how they brought a sound that changed the world. And so that would be mine.
Certainly, indeed. I practically forgot about Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They were so influential. It's amazing. I love that. I love that story you gave. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Go ahead, Parkes.
My best advice will be authentic and be uniquely you. Don't try to follow trends. Find out who you are. Be happy with who you are. Be authentic with who you are. Enjoy who you are. And other people will see your authenticity. And guess what? They will enjoy you also. So I have a theme, let's all be better so we can help someone else be better and introduce them, Lord, to a God that can make us all better.
That's great.
I love it. Yes, I love it. And Edward, how about you?
And I thought you was my friend up until now because you'd have me come behind that. I would say, because we're really talking about at the core, Mr. Wagner, music. A lot of people love the stardom. They love the videos. They love the artistry, but nobody wants to learn the business. And there is a crowd of people in a line who are disgruntled, who are hurt, who are so angry that they'll never use their creativity again because they've been hurt so bad by an industry that they refuse to learn about. They just wanted to be about it. So it's like going to jump in a swimming pool and you didn't check how many feet it was, and you can only swim in 4. And so you found out it was a 10-foot pool and now you hate water. But the fact of the matter is you didn't inspect what you expected. And so now you got a bitter taste in your mouth. I would say to anybody, if you want to be in the music industry, learn the music business or you'll have no industry.
That is an excellent point. I really like that. I should have told my kids that. But of course, we have in a baby pool, thank goodness. It's like if you're expecting 4 feet and going to 10, you'd be disappointed. That's a really good analogy. I like that. You guys are amazing. Once again, Parkes Stewart and Edward Armstead III on the Mike Wagner Show. Guys, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely terrific. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you guys back. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact, or can people purchase or check out your works?
Well, I know he's going to pass this to me. Well, you can find our music, as I said, on any digital platform. Of course, iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify. Parkes Stewart has his own Facebook. I have Edward Armstead III Facebook, which you will connect you to everything Eat Music. We have Eat Music Group Instagram. We have an Eat Music Group YouTube channel. And you can go to www.eatmusicgroup.com. It's the website for any questions, comments, or all things Parkes Stewart.
Okay. And then Parkes, how about you? What have you got to add?
Nothing. He said it all. Everything. When you go to Eat Music Group, all things Parkes Stewart will come up. Man, I just want to thank you, Mike, for having us. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, man.
Man, it's been fun.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. We'd love to have you back. Looking forward to having you guys again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and definitely you guys have a great future ahead of you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, man. God bless you, man.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.